The NBA Finals were delivering in every way possible. Clutch shots, star power, and heart-stopping moments. It felt like the grandest stage in all of sports. But something was off. It wasn't the plays. It wasn't the teams. It was the court itself. When fans tuned in after Game 1, they didn't see glamour. They saw plain wood with no finals logo, no color, no flair. It looked like a typical regular season court, and fans noticed, loudly. They took to Twitter, Reddit, and every corner of the internet to voice their disappointment. After all, the finals deserve to look special. They deserve the gold, the shine, the feeling of greatness. The message was clear. Fans were missing the finals magic. Once the game ended, the tweets came fast. You could feel the anger bubbling. Why does this look like a gym at my school? This is the finals, not a random Tuesday night. Memes popped up within minutes. People photoshopped banana peels in the middle of the court. They compared it to a practice facility. They joked about how they thought the stream was broken. The mood online was intense. All the drama on the floor was overshadowed by how bland everything looked. Fans felt robbed of the spectacle they deserved. NBA Finals night should be unforgettable. Instead, this one felt forgettable, especially visually. That public outcry wasn't something the NBA could ignore. The league listened, and the response came fast. After the backlash from Game 1, the NBA couldn't ignore it. Fans weren't just whispering complaints. They were yelling across social media. The words "final presentation" were trending. Memes were flying. Even major sports shows brought it up. For a league obsessed with optics, this wasn't just a bad look. It was a wake-up call. So by the time Game 2 tipped off, fans tuned in with fresh hope. Maybe the court would be back to its old self. Bold, iconic, worthy of the stage. Maybe the golden script of the finals would stretch across mid-court again. Maybe the floor would finally feel like a final floor. But what fans got wasn't quite that. There was something new. Something large, something floating. It hovered over the center circle, shiny, gold, rotating slowly, like a trophy on display at a virtual museum. At first glance, people squinted. Is that the finals logo? Someone asked on X. But no, it wasn't the classic logo. It wasn't the hand-painted emblem that used to ground every NBA championship moment in a sense of tradition. It was something else. It was digital. There were multiple tiny CGI trophies scattered along the floor, lined up along the sidelines, and even sprinkled near mid-court like little digital breadcrumbs. Each one hovered barely above the wood, shimmering in gold, spinning gently or awkwardly, depending on the camera angle. And beneath all that, still no paint, no mid-court logo etched into the hardwood, no physical symbol that said, "This is the big one." Just bare wood, almost identical to a regular season court, just cleaner, plain, polished, and silent. The difference was subtle but jarring. While the CGI Trophy tried to scream finals, the rest of the court whispered, Game 17 of a road trip in February. And that's where the tension cracked open. This wasn't a return to glory. This was a patch. A digital band-aid slapped over a much deeper issue. The feeling was still gone. Yes, the league had responded, but what fans saw felt less like a thoughtful fix and more like a rushed attempt to say, "See, we heard you." This was more than just image editing. It was augmented reality layered directly into the broadcast. But it wasn't added to the court in the arena. It was added for people watching on TV or online. The idea? Fix the bland court. Bring back the finals vibe. But do it digitally. Fast, cheap, and flashy. No need to repaint floors each night. Just drop in some visual effects. On paper, it made sense. It was a quick fix. It almost delivered a look, but as fans would say, it felt forced. It had none of the texture or vibrancy of a real painted logo. It had no physical substance, and instead of blending into the scene, it looked fake, especially when the camera moved or zoomed. The trophy sometimes felt off, swinging or sliding unnaturally on screen. Reaction to the CGI Trophy was instant. Memes and jokes that flew faster than Game 1's highlight dunks included. This is worse than just having nothing. Literally the most minimal effort. One fan summed it up best. Everyone, we want the trophy logo back at mid-court for the NBA Finals. The NBA, best we can do is 2 terrible CGI trophies. Another user hit the tone fans were really feeling. This is not what we meant when we said we wanted the Larry O'Brien trophy back on the floor. These tiny CGI Larry O'Brien trophies weren't majestic. They weren't iconic. They were small, weirdly shiny, and most of all, fake. These tiny CGI Larry O'Brien trophies ain't gonna cut it. Give us what we want, one user wrote. Some fans tried to be nice. They called it brave, said it was a bold tech move. Others, not so generous. Cringe, weird, and terrible Photoshop were top comments. The volume of reactions, good, bad, or just plain confused, reminded everyone of how powerful fan voices are. Even a floating digital object could dominate the spotlight. It wasn't a poster dunk or a clutch shot trending that night. It was a glitchy CGI trophy. And maybe that's the most telling part. The NBA wanted the finals to feel modern. Instead, it made them feel like a marketing experiment, and fans weren't having it. To understand why this happened, you have to look at sports broadcasting. AI is everywhere now. Football games use digital lines, baseball shows strike zones, even the Olympics use virtual markers. They're all tools to pull your eyes in, to keep you watching, to make broadcasts more engaging. In an age where Netflix, TikTok, and video games compete for attention, sports leagues need to innovate. They need visual hooks. Something that grabs TV viewers in an instant. That trophy was one of those hooks. Cheap, fast, eye-catching. From a production standpoint, it was a win. No cost for repainting courts, no need to delay the game, just insert the digital asset and go live. But here's where theory met reality and stumbled. On paper, the idea might have sounded clever. Use tech to elevate the broadcast. Make it feel next-gen. Give fans the sparkle of a finals logo without physically painting it on the court. No damage to the wood, no logistical hassle, just a digital patch of gold magic. But fans didn't hate technology. They hated forced technology. They hated gimmicks that felt like someone in a suit was trying to impress a boardroom, not a basketball crowd. Because the problem wasn't just the CGI trophy, it was what the trophy represented. It didn't enhance the moment. It didn't celebrate history. It just showed up, like an intern dropped it into a PowerPoint slide. No build-up, no theme music, no spotlight. Just a little golden blob floating on the court like it got lost looking for an AI game. There was no drama, no anticipation, no crescendo. When fans see flashes of real gold reflect off the polished hardwood, they lean in. When flame cannons blast behind the starting lineup, they feel the finals. And when the arena lights dim and a lone spotlight hits the midcourt logo, you know it's time. That's the presentation. That's a basketball theater. That's what the finals are supposed to be. But this CGI trophy, it had none of that. No emotional pull, no history, no storytelling. It was silent, awkward, a ghost of what used to be. Worse yet, it distracted me from the game. It pulled attention away from the court instead of anchoring us in the action. Instead of heightening the moment, it diluted it. And for something as monumental as the NBA Finals, that's almost a crime. The NBA isn't just selling games, it's selling moments, feelings, legacy. Every finals broadcast is a chance to etch something into basketball memory. But this CGI trophy, it didn't etch anything. It evaporated before it could even make a mark. The NBA treads a line. On one side, tradition, ceremony, emotional connection. On the other hand, speed, visual impact, and tech-forward thinking. They leaned way toward tech this time, and fans pulled back. They missed the gold. They missed authenticity. Traditionalists saw the CGI as a slap to the face. Tech lovers saw it as half-baked. Both sides said the same thing. There is room for innovation, but it has to enhance, not distract. The idea of AI in sports is solid, but execution needs work. Here's where the NBA could fix things. 1. Build context. Introduce the trophy digitally during player intros. Narrate its appearance. Make it part of the story. 2. Improve realism, add texture, reflect floor lights, make it respond to camera angles, let it feel integrated. 3. Blend with real elements, pair it with logos on the floor, use physical decals alongside digital layers, anchor it to the environment. 4. Add interactive elements. Maybe stats pop around it, maybe it pulses when a shot is made. Make it dynamic. If AI gets personality, emotion, or context, then it adds value. It can enhance the experience. It can be more than just floating cheese. The CGI Trophy moment isn't just about one final. It's part of a bigger shift. Leagues are realizing that making people watch isn't enough. They have to make people stop scrolling. They have to give you something unexpected, even if it's strange. But they've also learned that your attention isn't loyalty. If you feel tricked, you tune out. If it feels shallow, you mock it. If it doesn't match the moment, you walk away. The challenge? Enrich the moment. Don't cheapen it. So here we are. A plain court, a floating trophy, a wave of reactions. Fans flipped out. The NBA tried to course correct, but it turned into a meme factory instead of a wow moment. Does any of this matter? Absolutely. It shows how the league is trying to balance tradition with innovation. And it shows how fans expect the finals to be felt, not just seen. The CGI Trophy wasn't the end. It's a signpost. It shows the NBA is searching for ways to stand out in a crowded media world. But it also reminds us of this. Moments don't become moments because they're flashy. They become moments because they're earned. So yeah, the floating trophies, they're not earned. It's also a reminder, the greatest moments are the ones we feel, and no tech can fix that, unless it feels real. What about you? Did the floating trophy make you roll your eyes? Or did it excite you to see AI in action? Did you laugh? Did you cringe? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This conversation is still playing out. And remember to like and subscribe for more takes on the changing face of sports. Because the NBA's story is no longer just on the court, it's on your screen. And soon, it might be on your phone, your feed, or your VR headset. See you in the next one.